Yo, what's going on? It's the Heavyist podcast, weekly worship of the altar of radness. Gary, how are you, mate?
What is up with you, man? Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really all right, mate. Thank you. It's a weird time of the year. It's the beginning of January. The rock music is slowly slipping in, but there's not really too many big, juicy, dirty nuggets to talk about.
Not really.
There's really just sort of slitherings of singles. So I think that's really what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about a load of different things that have got us all sort of excited and other emotions for various reasons. What do you want to talk about first, Gary? There's loads of things, but then none of them really connect to anything, do they? They're all just sort of disparate parts of the heavy sphere.
I think we should talk about the things that are actual releases. I think we should start with I Promise the World, because it's kind of it's been going a bit viral. I think the clips of the videos on Instagram and the YouTube video for Bliss in 7 Languages has done really well.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think that they've definitely
at least 500 of them views are me.
Yeah, I'm a fair chunk of them. There's a comment on the YouTube video which I absolutely love, which is watch this in 240p to get the real authentic 2007 experience. And I think that basically says it all. But they've put out an EP. It's self-titled. It came out on the 16th of January through Rise Records. They're a band who've, like I say, kind of gone a bit, bounced around the internet a bit because of this video, which is objectively amazing. It's in 4:3 aspect ratio. It's recorded
that's authentic.
Under the same tree that about 500 emo bands must have recorded music videos under. It's got a kind of bluish green tinge to it. It's got that absolutely incredible usage of the flip phone, and then the vocalist has got a set of chops on him that Ambrose Burnside himself would be proud of. I think it's just basically, it's got everything that you could possibly need in the music video for what this band are.
It's perfect, mate. It's completely perfect duplication of that time zone. There's a lot of bands that have stuff has been getting closer and closer to this, right? Since we've been doing this podcast, Metalcore has been going backwards and backwards, and these guys have just done it. They've completed it, mate. They've gone back.
They absolutely have. This is this is Emocore, right? This is full blown emo. This is the Emocore revival now. That's where we're
100%. Bro, this is it's giving Silverstein, massively,
first Silverstein
dude.
Album. Static
Second
Lullaby,
one even.
Don't forget to breathe by a Static Lullaby is something that I cannot stop thinking about when I hear this, and that's one of my favourite albums. And it's not on Spotify, so it's hard to listen to, but that album is absolutely classic. All's Well That Ends Well by Chiodos. I don't know if that was an album you were ever into, but that first Chiodos record is.
Do you know what?
Right, it's a stellar one.
That's one of those albums that I when back in the day I was like, oh, that really looks like a Final Fantasy cover, and then I tried to listen to it and then it was shit.
it's a classic.
I know loads of people love that thing, but it wasn't me.
It's an absolute classic, mate, and there's loads of that all over this. This band, they're honestly, it could be an SNL sketch about MySpace, couldn't it? This is what 100%. This band are doing. It's so ridiculous, but they obviously love it. And the thing that kills me is you look at a picture of them and they're all in their early 20s at the very most. It's not like they're our age, they lived it the first time. They're looking at it. If we were at their age to start a band in the same sort of time period, our band would sound like Led Zeppelin, which makes me feel about 1 million years old.
If we were that far of a throwback, we'd be like
exactly
the Beatles. Yeah, bro. It's sick. I love to see it. You love to see it. Love to see the culture represented once more, Gary. Because this necessarily, the bit that's being represented here isn't the coolest bit in the history. If you took a picture of all of the phases of you, like like the way you dress at this point would be the one that you'd probably like kick behind the sofa before anybody could see. Like this is the little period where like we're all just sort of coming out. It's like, for me anyway, it was like the last few years of school going into college, like when you're not very cool at all. You're just like figuring it out.
You're nowhere near as cool as you think you are, isn't it? It's kind of the main thing. You think you're the coolest person on the fucking planet, but you're definitely not. And like what I find hilarious listening to this and thinking about like Limp Bizkit. Where are my Limp Bizkit t-shirts? Did you like it? And Limp Bizkit headline Download this year. Does that mean that in 10 years' time, Aiden are going to headline Download?
Fucking no way. Jesus Christ. That is so funny.
Based on this, I think that's where we're going. That's going to be the next phase of classic rock, is going to be, like Silverstein and...
Bro, I'm here for the Victory Records revival, dude. Get me the Hawthorne Heights. Get me the Silverstein. I'd still think the Bayside self-titled album is just absolutely goated. It's full of bangers on bangers, bro. Like,
I don't know if I ever listened to Bayside.
Bayside's great, but it's not really similar like this to this musically, but it's of that era. It's of that same, you know. It's on Victory Records at the same sort of time, so it all gets lumped in, you know. Yeah, dude, this is just so much fun. I think the revivalist like arms race is over. Like who's gonna do it better than this? Like.
Well, it's just the snake's gonna eat its own tail at this point. There's nothing left. There's nowhere left to go. Like, honestly, I kept finding myself. I wanted to hate this. I wanted to be like, this is absolutely awful. What is going on? It sounds like I downloaded it off of pure volume. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But they've just nailed every single trope perfectly. Like the arpeggiated like guitar lead parts, the really weirdly timed breakdowns that kind of feel like they come in at the wrong time, but also the most perfect time. The choruses are like wetter than a goldfish's bumhole. Like there's just everything here. It's like perfectly
the whole
executed.
like every breakdown is like my first breakdown. It's just it's literally it's every breakdown is just completely textbook. Like there's no seasoning on it whatsoever. It's like before everybody was completely bored of just like completely standard breakdowns. Yeah. It like there wasn't enough like nobody was bored enough of breakdowns to even think about trying to do them a little bit different.
Yeah, Meshuggah. No one even knew what Meshuggah was when we were doing this shit. Like 100%.
Like Deathcore like came along and buried this kind of really, didn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Deathcore went the other way. So this is kind of like what was going on at that time. Wasn't it?
It was like, kind of this. And you went one way you went Deathcore, the other way you went like MyChem and stuff like that, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you went Gerard Way or Mitch Lucker. It was either or at that point.
And there wasn't really anything going straight forward.
Or was it pretty sort of Anthony? What's his name? Anthony Green and Gerard Way over there.
What they called Saracen and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
but
man,
the thing
honestly.
is, mate, this EP is great. It's a brilliant little time machine.
Fun.
Its balance is so authentic as well. Like it's a proper representation of like that era of music. It's not like but we put in it's that, but we like down tuned everything and put in some extra breakdowns and some industrial nonsense, like, you know, because we needed it for the time. Like it's just straight up. It's a time capsule.
Every element, the way that they dress, like the bell bottoms, like
dude.
Do you remember when like bell bottoms made like a comeback? It was the anti like drain pipes, and everyone was wearing the skinniest trousers they could possibly wear, and it was like, right, nah, fuck this, I'm getting some bell bottoms, mate. Like everything about it is just bob on. It's
perfect.
I just can't believe that there's teenagers in the world who are like making this music. It just makes it really boggles my mind that there's teenagers looking at the like Emocore scene like we would have done like thrash metal when we were there. Like, it's just it's hilarious.
That's so funny,
to
dude.
see.
Yeah, I think about me like at school, like listening to my like Metallica CDs and shit, and being like, oh, dude, these guys are the fucking best. They basically invented it. But like
these guys got like a scary kid scaring kids CD. We're like, oh my god, have you ever heard music like this?
Scaring kids, bro. That is such a pull. That is such a pull, mate. You fucking legend. That is such a perfect pull. I don't think it can get any better than that. The discussion of this topic, than the scary kids scaring kids pull. Like, if you never listen to that band, go back to their like the first thing they put out, like the demo, like the pre, like the that's the shit. That is the shit, dude. That brings me back so much, like to the time where
that's my classic rock. That's
like
my never mind. That is.
This is like my mate. So Craig had like this little like lock up where we like used to. It's like a garage thing attached to the front of his house, and he had a pool table in there, and we would just like go upstairs, download CDs off MySpace, burn like whatever was like the new weird stuff that we'd like seen in Kerrang or whatever, and then come downstairs and thing it, and then you'd get like, then every now and then, because you'd be buying new stuff, because you'd be buying like the Victory Record stuff, we get like the Victory Record samplers and then mate, you just discover stuff like you saying scary kids just then just totally just put me back like in Craig's garage playing pool, smoking fucking rollies like when I was like 15, 16.
Coolest in the world.
I haven't thought about that name in so long, bro. That's so funny that you said that. It's great. I
managed to pull it out of my ass.
That is brilliant.
Oh man,
that's intoxicating.
Big up to I Promise the World. We need more. We need more of this. This is incredible. I mean,
the Gauntlet's thrown.
The whole album of it. I couldn't listen to a whole album of it. It would drive me insane.
One comment, and this is probably the only thing really constructive to say about the music. I know we've tried to wrap it up a load of time, but the one thing I had to say, other than like, wow, comment on the nostalgia factor, is I feel like if it's an EP, the opening track's fucking weird. Yeah. It's a bit too long and a bit too quiet and a bit too like,
there's a bit
too
of
silly.
There's a bit of a weird vibe of the way that 3 out of the 5 tracks start a bit too mellow and they build up like they're the last track on an album, and it's a bit. But then I guess that was kind of the thing, wasn't it? It was all a bit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me these guys were Christian. Like, there's definitely that like Christcore kind of.
True.
Yeah.
Like, don't pull the wool over my eyes, though, mate. That's a track 7 all fucking day. That one with all that like slow nonsense in it.
I'm not having it. Yeah,
I know a fucking track 7 when I hear one, Gary.
I'm not falling for it. I've been around the houses, mate. I know what I'm talking about.
You need to come in with My First Breakdown straight away, or some little line from a movie or something, you know, or sound of a car crash.
I went to Taste the Chaos. I went to give it a name. I've paid my dues. How dare you?
You think I wasn't there, mate? Taste the Chaos. I was there, mate.
Mate, you should have seen me. I was the guy wearing the low life belt.
You should have seen me, mate. I was there. That's so, dude. Taste the Chaos, right? This is just something it comes to our head every time we talk about Taste of Chaos, and this kind of doesn't really mean anything to a lot of people, but just imagine how funny this is, right? Imagine you're like a group of school friends and you're all going to Taste of Chaos, and I've probably said this on the podcast, but it's probably been 3 years or 4 years since I said it, so this is a new story.
So it's fine.
So imagine like you're all like fucking, this is peak Killswitch Engage era, like it's post End of Heartache, like this is just a beautiful world that we're living in. Like Taste of Chaos, we're all school friends, we're all going to Brighton, we live in Portsmouth. It's like quite a while. It's an excursion for like 16-year-olds or whatever. And one of our mates could not go to see Killswitch Engage, and he was probably the biggest fan. He was the one that would sort of claim that as his favourite band. Steve, you know old Steven, don't you?
I'm aware of old Steve, yep.
And we queued so after they played, Howard Jones was like, look, I'm going to be at the merch desk if you want to come get a photo, get your stuff signed or whatever. So we queued up and we got to the front and we went to Howard Jones, who said, look, our mate couldn't come to the gig. Can you phone him up and call him a skanky wanker? And he fucking did it. And we got Howard Jones to call to find out. Hey,
how
is this
does
Steve?
Steve insult him?
You're a skanky wanker. And like, imagine your hero phoning you up and mugging you off.
That's
like
so
you're
funny.
already sat at home and your mates have gone to like your sort of
You're stuck at home.
the
They're
perfect
all
gig
at this,
for
yeah.
you. They're all at your gig, and they get your favorite your vocalist to fucking mug you
I
off.
bet he saw his phone ringing and he thought, "Oh, they're going to play me like they're playing Rosa Sharon and they've got their phone and they're holding it up for me." Like,
Yeah, he's probably like he's about to get a
and then you got
No.
Howard Jones to insult him. That's so funny.
Yeah, so good.
Oh dear, you're a good friend. Yeah, good.
We're good
friends.
Good. You've got to be good friends, you know.
Oh dear. Yeah, I Promise the World self-titled EP is a good laugh if you are of a certain age.
Yeah.
There was also something else that came out that I thought was really fucking cool, which is the first album from the band Crush Your Soul, which is a 4-piece hardcore band fronted by Jay Petagene, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. The guy from Mindforce. He's the vocalist of Mindforce. I believe there's also members of Scarab and Simulacra in this band. They're a new
And Gridiron?
Liquid Iron as well. I missed that one. My
Gridiron, not Liquid Iron.
Gridiron.
There's members of Liquid Iron.
They're probably all the same person as well. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, they're probably all one. Just the bass player is in all of those bands.
Yeah.
Just so you can put it on the press release. The album is called Ice Water. It was released on the 15th of January through Streets of Hate.
You don't understand what you feel. Don't you know that I don't
I just think this thing is one of the most thuggish records I've ever heard. This album sounds like it would mug you for your trainers. Do you know what I mean?
This album is just, it's pure as hell New York, isn't it, mate? It's
so
New
York. This
so
album
New
will
York
stop
in
you
its
and tell you,
DNA.
"Hey, I'm walking here." You know what I mean? Like, this album would get done for jaywalking. Like, it's so New York.
So sick, bro. Like the sick riffs, the hip hop all entwined, the little voiceover stuff. It's just so aggy. I love Jay's delivery. It's just so like it's like
so
half
good.
barking, half spitting absolute bars. Like it's just untouchable, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's more street level than Daredevil. It's got this like mafioso vibe as well. There's these like samples of, I don't know if they're from like mafia movies or it's, I don't know, interviews with actual members of the mafia or something. It's like the whole thing is just G, isn't it? That is proper G.
G as
proper
hell, dude.
G hardcore.
Cold as hell, dude.
It's cold, so cold it's ice water, mate. Like, it's 18 minutes long. They're calling it an album. It does absolutely nothing to reinvent the style, but who cares at this point? If you want hardcore to reinvent the style, you need to stop listening to it because it's never going to.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes shorter than the I Promise the World EP.
Yeah, and it's got a whole hip hop track, which is absolutely sick as well. Isn't it?
It's so sick.
It's a complete rager, the hip hop track.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit was in the title track where the lyrics are, I never looked them up, so I don't know if this is true, but it sounds like he says, "Feels like I'm drowning in ice water, feels like I'm living twice as harder." Is that the lyrics? Because
Living twice as hard or something like that. Yeah,
no,
it
but it
is.
sounds like he says harder, living twice as harder, which is not a sentence, and I love it for that. I really hope those are the words. Or if he's just saying twice as hard and they're making a noise at the end, but whatever. They've got a song about how Satan went bald, which is absolutely sick. Devil toupee. That's it. Now I'm a dad, I can make these terrible puns.
Bruh, I like that. I'm not mad about that, to be honest.
Not mad about that at all. That's how you dominate style, mate. Honestly, style dominates is harder than Sculpture of Chuck Norris, man. Absolute banger. Absolute unit of a track. I love when I heard Matey from Missing Link come in on Cento Vitae as well. Just made me remember how sick Missing Link are. He's got such I like that. Who's that creeping through my window? Like his voice. His voice is brilliant, that guy, and he could just make any track even better than it was to start with. I think he's wicked.
Yeah, I'm into it, mate. We needed, I think, like, stylistically, they're far enough away from Frozen Soul. We needed a nice icy, like an icy showing for hardcore.
Ice-related
There's that-
hardcore.
Was it
Well,
Frozen
Trapped Under
Ground?
Ice, I guess.
Was it Frozen
Trapped
Ground?
Under Ice are an
came
isolated
out.
hardcore band, I guess. But
True.
they've not been around for a while. Have they Trapped Under Ice? I don't know.
Like the Frozen Ground EP that come out wasn't even very icy. Like, I think they should have words, and Crush Your Soul should probably like maybe make them an offer on the icy aesthetic, because they're like, look, if you're going to have the name that's really like Frozen, you've got to do some sort of Frozen stuff with it. You can't just
absolutely.
not feature any ice
No.
on your cover.
You got to have some cold references. They should be called Crush Your Soul Under an Iceberg or something, shouldn't they?
It should be Crushed Soul. Or
Crushed Ice, Your Soul.
Don't know, but there's something going on, and it's like the aesthetics of the iciness. There should be.
They should be leaning into it more like polar bears on the merch or something.
Yeah.
Chili Willy on the merch, so they want it. Yeah, man. Honestly, we're taking the piss a bit, but actually, this album is really, really sick. It's well worth your time. It's riffy. It's not just like D beat 1 2 da 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 da. It's actually like got like bare riffs, proper chunky, really good drumming. The vocals. He reminds me on this like of the vocalist from The Greenery, which is a pretty high compliment, I think, when you're talking about hardcore bands. Like the first Greenery record, that geezer, like, you don't fucking sky, like, Faceplant, one of the best hardcore tunes ever written. So,
yes, bro.
I haven't listened to that band in ages. I need to listen.
Yeah, me neither.
Need to listen to Faceplant by The Greenery. That is an absolute tune. Absolutely.
Mate, what happened to The Greenery?
I don't know. They had a second album, and then I think they I'm worried that maybe they got cancelled, which is why they're not around anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I hope they're not nonces.
If they got cancelled, then we'll just have to edit this entire piece out. But Ice Water by Crush Your Soul is out now, and it's absolutely radicals.
Rips, goddamn rips.
Yeah, dude. Other than these little EPs, we've got lots and lots of newsy poos.
Loads of newsy poos, mate. There's loads of singles. There's loads of things. There's seeds of greatness being planted left, right, and centre, Gary. The 2026 is, going to be a very fruitful year for the riff.
It's shaping up. I think we should start with Damnation, though, mate. We should talk about the first announcement for Damnation 2026. They've announced 16 bands? Is it? Apparently, none of them are headliners of the main or second stage. They're all further down the bill than that, which is pretty cool. There's quite a lot of good stuff on here. I don't know. Do you listen to the Two Promoters One Pod? Do you ever check that out?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I dip in and out on that. Did you listen to the episode where Gav was talking about booking Gore Rotted and how like the I think is the vocalist of Gore Rotted is a tour manager for for Napalm Death, and he was chatting to him backstage last year, and he was like, "You guys should reform and come and play Damnation." And they were like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And he basically said, "I'm just going to announce it, and then you've got no choice." I think it's actually officially confirmed. But he basically said to him, "You should reform and come and play Damnation." And they were like, "Yeah, that sounds pretty good." He's like, "Fuck it, I might just announce it, and then you've got no choice but to do it." I like it. That's one way. That's one way to put a lineup together. Maybe you should do the same thing with a Chariot. See if that works. Gore Rotted, like that band. Like I hadn't thought about that name in so long, dude. That was such a throwback. Like I remember, like back in the day of like watching Kerrang and stuff. Like later on at night, that their video for there was a song called Gagged, Shagged and Body Bagged. I think I'm pretty sure that was the video that would come up on like Kerrang and Scuzz and stuff. Oh man, that's amazing. Yeah. So this lineup is looking fantastic. There's some really great stuff on here, dude.
Really great.
Like, I mean, some stuff that we've totally like covered a bunch of times. Like
I was going to say, like, I did look at the bottom end of this lineup and think that they've been listening to us in in putting some of this lineup together, they've been listening to the stuff that we think is sick and looking to kind of figure out the bottom end. That's probably quite arrogant to say, but fuck it.
I mean, nobody in the UK has talked about Intercourse anywhere near as many times as I have, or maybe not even at all. Maybe not even a single publication has even ever mentioned Intercourse. Like, I would guess. It's like something that we've championed forever. Like, they're the bollocks, and like Black Sheep Wall, Fang. The Moth Gatherer, mate. We haven't thought about the Moth Gatherer. Mate, we'll get to Cabal. I haven't thought about the Moth Gatherer in years. They was like there was supposed to be new stuff coming from them.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't know what happened to them. I think they kind of dropped off. I don't know what happened. They kind of dropped off. They haven't done. I don't think they've been a band, or they've not really been active for a good few years now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the crack is there. But dude,
we've got Lampa Murmur on there. They're absolutely
Lampa Murmur.
They're absolutely brilliant live. I saw them last year at Incineration. They were awesome, and now they've got that album out and in the world. Like, it's going to be awesome. People keep shouting out Dodds Right. I've never listened to Dodds Right, but apparently they're like if I made them play black metal, which sounds horrendous to me. But I'm sure plenty of people will. I heard they're really good live. Yeah,
people properly love them. It's not my flavor, to be fair, but like, I'm like, dude, deathcore band like Cabal getting announced in the first wave is so sick.
It's very cool. It's quite surprising.
It's a big surprise for me, for sure. Like, it's not a kind of, they're not a band that I would have picked to be in here at all, and I'm so happy with it. Like, I wouldn't, not that I don't want them there. Obviously, you want to see them. I just meant like, yeah, it's not necessarily like a style that you would associate with them. No, like, you would be, I would put like money on Cabal playing fucking like Download before Damnation, like getting up on, that's the sort
or
of
even
like
even Bloodstock, especially like this year where you
Bloodstock,
got Prevail headline in Bloodstock one of the days. I have a feeling maybe Cabal is part of a package that is coming through, and that maybe one of the bigger bands up the lineup might be, because I was thinking like any sort of speculation on what may be on this lineup like further down the line. Like, I was thinking maybe you might see something like, like a big deathcore band, like a Lorna Shore or something, could be sitting near the top of this Damnation lineup, which is where Cabal is coming into play. I don't know. I don't know, something like that. Maybe I feel like maybe the Black Dahlia Murder could feature somewhere in this lineup, quite high up. I wouldn't be surprised if they were going into an album cycle. All obviously speculation, guessing, educated guesswork, but
that is interesting. Holy Fawn, mate, that's fantastic. We've been waiting on the new Holy Fawn stuff for bloody ages.
Yeah, there's a new album coming out this year, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. I think it's been supposed to have been coming out for about fucking 6 years, hasn't it? Like,
probably.
When was that last album? It feels like
a long time ago. They've dropped like little bits.
I swear it's like 2017.
Yeah, something like that.
Spells is 2020, 2018. Oh, Dimensional Bleed was 2022. I forgot about that.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one too.
Oh, I'll let you off then, mate. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
I'll let you off. It's fine.
It's a good. It's definitely a really strong.
It's great
first announcement. I mean,
super diverse.
I Hate God, which I think is probably the band on here that's the biggest deal. I think it's the band they've been trying to book for like forever, and it's just they finally managed to. Not a band I've ever really massively been into, if I'm honest with you, but I'm sure it's interesting to watch live, and I'll be probably doing my homework between now and then to fully appreciate it when it actually happens. Because from what I've listened to of I Hate God, it's really sick. Like, it's just a guy having a nervous breakdown over some sludgy riffs. So what's not to like?
Yeah, it's absolutely sick. Like, they're not a band I'm like super deep on. They sort of exist in a time frame before me, really. But they like I've listened to like most of the albums like at least once. It's fucking sick. Like,
if you're going for a New Orleans sludge band, you're going for Crowbar, aren't you? But
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Damnation looking strong this year. I'll definitely go. I've made a point. I've said, look, I'm turning 40 this year. For my birthday, I would like to be able to go to Damnation without anybody telling me that I can't, because I have too many responsibilities. I want responsibility holiday for my birthday. That's what I've asked for. Doesn't cost any actual money. It's just sweat equity. But that's what I want to do. So hopefully that pans out how I want it to.
I hope so, bro. I'll tell you what though, acid bath could be one.
Yes,
That's one that I reckon
is-
potential.
Yeah,
I mean, because
that would
I
go
Hate
really well
God,
with I Hate God, wouldn't it? Yeah.
it would be kind of perfect. And like acid bath have been doing a bunch of stuff in the US, and I don't know if I'm just thinking like sludge because of I Hate God, but
I had an idea of like a dream booking. It's
Yeah.
Entombed, but with Jake Bannon on vocals.
oh, that'd be
Imagine that
dirty.
happened.
That'd
That's
be
probably the best
dirty.
idea I've ever had. I should book Damnation.
No, just like Niall doing Annihilation of the Wicked.
Yeah,
Imagine
Annihilation of the
that would be a
Wicked film,
goated.
That would be pretty.
That would be
awesome.
goated.
That would be pretty awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff that. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless, really, aren't they? And that's
Mate,
why
when
it's
you
exciting.
get a first wave like this, that's just so brilliantly diverse. Like fucking, who knows what could be on there, mate? Like anything could be on there. Like I want it. You know what I really want? I really want Twitch Fits to play Damnation. Like, I don't know if they probably get booked at more like Outbreak
Don't
or
they
something.
just-
But
don't
like,
they only play one show a year? Twitch Fits Halloween in their hometown. I think it's probably pushing it a bit to get them to come and play Damnation. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. And then you could bring the full like Young Brothers ensemble, couldn't you? You could put like God's Hate, and you just put the lot. What's the one? Holy Blade. Just put the lot on Damnation. Just every Young Brothers project that there is, just put it. A whole like Hard Law podcast episode. Just whack it on there. Just have everything on Damnation at once. That'd be amazing. They can have their own stage, the Young Brothers
sick.
stage.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, the Damnation Fest getting announced just makes me so excited because it's just got such a brilliant like. It's just so varied, like from like goated, like proper
Yes.
like big pulls to like you booking like things like 200 stabos and shit. Like so, it's like could we get a Frozen Soul this year? Like
Yeah, man.
Frozen Soul would probably be perfect. Like
Yeah, dude. This lineup's got like shoegaze to hardcore, so you could literally fit any band on this lineup.
shoegaze, black metal, noise rock, post metal, everything.
Everything. So yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Guttural
It's very
Slug.
exciting. Guttural
Could
Slug.
we get Guttural Slug, baby?
You need some slam. We're missing the slam. We
We
need some,
do.
We have peeling flesh. Peeling flesh. Oh my god! We need to. We could just sit here for an hour.
This is just us saying
imagining-
words, isn't it?
Just imagining
just us
things
saying.
that might happen that are never going to happen. But if
It's
we-
nice though.
Let's send this to Gav, and then he's going to book Peeling Flesh. I've decided. Let's make it. We've also got some some new album announcements, which are very exciting. Particularly the one that's exciting me the most is that legendary metalcore veterans Poison the Well have announced a new album, which is their first since 2009. The album is called Peace in Place. It's coming out on the 20th of March through Sharp Tone Records, and they released the first single from it, Thoroughbreds, and it's amazing.
How can I move on and exist within this wreck? It crystallized our minds. My voice kills yours. Your voice kills mine. Foundations give way. Feed you into our spines. My guns are yours.
I think this song's so cool. Like, in a world that's kind of become full of Poison the Well core, there's so many bands aping their sort of first two album sound. It's so cool to hit play on this and hear that they've not opted to go backwards and do something that fits into that earlier mold of what they used to play, and they've decided to stick with their latter period sound, which is like You Come Before You by Poison the Well is probably one of my top 5 albums of all time. Like, it's absolutely incredible, and it has this style to it. It's like whiskey soaked kind of smoky metalcore. It's like if you imagine that they would book a
Smoked
metalcore
metalcore.
band. Smoked metalcore. If you imagine they would book a metalcore band in a Wild West saloon, that's kind of the sound that they've got going on. It's absolutely phenomenal, and they're sticking with it, but they've kind of folded in some harder edges. Like this song's got a really cool chunky breakdown, but it's also got like lovely melody. I think that this song really poses a good sign that this album is going to be really, really cool and really interesting. And I'm really excited to hear it. Also, it's produced by Will Putney, so it's going to sound amazing.
Big up.
The only issue I have is that the music videos has got a load of horses in it, which I did not enjoy because I do not like horses. They scare the shit out of me. In my mind, the thoroughbred was in question was a dog, not a horse. I didn't think about horses until I watched the video. I was like, oh no.
If I hear the word thoroughbred, I do initially think horse. I don't necessarily think so much about dogs and thoroughbreds.
Yeah, but that's probably the right way to do it.
I love that you dislike horses so much that they can just sort of put you off even just a regular old video.
They just scare me. They can sense fear, man. They can sense fear.
Did you lock into battle with a horse once or anything, or is it just strictly, you know?
Somebody was keeping a horse in the field in my granddad's house, and I walked into the field and the horse basically charged me. And ever since then, I think I was a child, very young at the time, and ever since then, I just can't even. They just scare the crap out of me. I just don't. And they're so sensitive, aren't they? That if you're nervous around them, they can immediately tell. And
I love that because you didn't get the definitive on the level of violence. You've only got your mind to make up the rest of what could have happened. Like, because if it had run up to you and stopped,
that's pretty devastating.
It's not going to kick you at the front. It's not going to kick you front, is it? Or it might go up and do that, maybe. I don't know. But like, it's because it didn't happen. You just fill in the blanks with your head of what could have happened, and what could have happened is literally anything. You could have just come along. It could have just been racing over to you because he wanted to like just give you a nice cuddle and a kiss, and be like, "Oh, thanks for letting me hang out in this field, Gary. I've been really enjoying it here." And then you've just sort of wet yourself.
Pretty much. But I guess, I feel like it's a bit more of a rational phobia than being scared of spiders if you live in England, because spiders are basically just to just create spider webs and they're annoying. Horses are much more likely to do damage than an English spider.
I'm not sure where I stand actually on horses versus spider phobia. I think spiders perfectly rational to be a bit scared of because they are all weird, and like you don't want to fall asleep and it go in your gob when you're asleep. That's the only bit I don't like.
Oh, what's wrong with that? Bit of protein. It's good for you.
Poison the Well's coming out. That's going to be really nice. Thanks.
New album. Yeah, horses. Cryptic Shift, mate. This I'm really, really psyched about. Our favourite Astrodeath alien fetishists, weirdos that they are. They've got a new record coming out. It's called Over Space and Super Time, which is an incredible name for an album. It's coming out on the 27th of February through Metal Blade. This band are massively slept on, in my opinion. Massively. They've got about 5,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is criminal.
Well, they sleep on themselves, Gary. I think.
Yeah,
I haven't heard. I think they're slept on because no one remembers they exist because they've just been tucked away in stasis.
Isn't it? I remember when we went to the first Damnation me and you went to. We saw them. They played Moonbell Immolator, which is the first track off of Visitation of Enceladus, the album previous, which is like a half-hour long song, and it was absolutely amazing. They walk out on stage, they look like they should sound like Municipal Waste, and they're just one of the most ambitious and technical death metal bands I've ever in the whole country, and I think they're incredible. Their sound is kind of the midpoint between Imperial Triumphant and Blood Incantation, as far as I'm concerned, and those are not small words. They're my last previous 2 years' favourite albums of the year were by those two bands. So I'm not talking small words when I say that that's what I think Cryptic Shift sound like.
Yeah. This is big. This could be a big album for you, brother. I can see it coming, dude.
I'm super psyched to hear this record.
I am stoked. I'm stoked to see him back. Like, I think them sort of disappearing off like the radar completely to then come back. But I say that, but I'm pretty sure they did like I think they went to like Japan and did some bits and bobs. But it's like very little things, right? They have kind of just sort of hunkered down, and sort of injected themselves into some sort of stasis tube while they sort of formulate this astro death in their brains, and then they get all unfrozen, and then that takes about 6 months before they can even walk again, let alone pick up a guitar, Gary. You know, like when you really commit to the bit like that, it's a long old process.
Yeah. How many? They've probably gone on a few ayahuasca trips and everything, all of these kind of like to come up with the first 10-minute single that they put out, Hexagonal Eyes. I'm not going to pronounce the subtitle. I'm not even going to try. The song is absolutely mind-boggling. It's outstanding. It's so cool. I love the way it starts with this incredibly decisive intro and then just meanders into this weird experimental section after like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's quite the rug pull.
So cool.
It is quite the rug pull. They say in the press notes that it's framed as their most extreme material yet. That it's dense and it's idea heavy composition, which basically means it fucking goes everywhere all the time for ages. And like they're chucking the absolute kitchen sink in, and I'm here for it, man. Like, they've got chops. Like, I love that this hasn't just been shat out. Like, this has obviously been laboured over. They never seem like a band that are just putting out things for the sake of it. Like, this is absolutely like a labour of love. It's got the legs to be special. Like we need this album. People need this album because we need to be proved like that there's still ground to cover in this realm, like in a post absolute elsewhere environment. Like we need another album like this to come along, be awesome, and everyone go, "Oh, brilliant, that was great." And all its merits aren't exactly just like 75% as good as Absolute Elsewhere. We need something else to sort of excel and like go, oh yeah, it's worth doing that again. As you know, like, I was going to use the analogy of like Marvel movies after Endgame, but they've all been shit, so it doesn't really work.
It doesn't quite work.
Like in my head, I was like, you got to, sometimes it's so much. You've just got to get Tony back. Actually,
this could be Avengers. This is Avengers Doomsday. This is. I'm putting all my eggs in that basket.
It doesn't even work because obviously the bloody Tony, he's back, isn't he? So like, anyway.
Anyway.
We need an album in this space to come along, throw down some ideas and smash the shit out of it, because we all love Absolute Elsewhere, but like we can't just be like, completed it, mate, with the genre, can we? And I think most people would be like, if we did a vote, everyone would just be like, nah. If you like got every band that's like a death metal band going right now, and you were like, right, mate, you can either promise to us that you're going to make an album better than Absolute Elsewhere, or you're not allowed to play this genre. Like, what are you going to do? They probably go, oh, actually, I'll probably write a deathcore album, run it. Like 90% of bands, right? If that was a thing that was put to everyone, you'd just be like,
guess we're an industrial band now.
Oh yeah. Turns out I do fancy leaving my hometown and talking about how my parents aren't very nice.
Fancy some pizza.
So we need this to be awesome. I'm stoked. Yeah, I can't praise them enough. They fucking rule, and it's
very much looking forward to it.
Love. Don't you wish you had the nuts to rock some of them just like white high tops with like quite skinny jeans or whatever? White
high tops with a pair of like leopard print skinny jeans.
Jesus, don't you wish?
And the bloody BC Rich guitar, like it's a look, man. It's a look.
So powerful, dude.
So sick. Yeah, man. Cryptic Shift. I reckon we should see if we could try and get a member of Cryptic Shift on the pod for a little chat later on in the year. I think we can make that happen, couldn't we?
Yeah, easy, mate. Easy peasy.
Don't literally do it right this second, but I just think it's something.
No, I just want to double check. Oh yeah, no, definitely we can. It's we know the people. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Also announced is the new record from Lamb of God. The album is called Into Oblivion. It's coming out on March the 13th through Epic Records. There's 3 singles from this album that you can listen to. Sepsis, Parasocial Christ, and the title track Into Oblivion. Do you want to go first, son? Because I'll be honest, I'm finding it kind of hard to care about Lamb of God since Chris Adler left. So I think I need you to go first.
Right. I want to tell you, Gary, that I wish that the announcement was handled in a slightly different way. Right. I want to tell you what I really like about what's happened so far, and what not really too bothered about. What I really like is the first single that came out. Sepsis.
Yeah, Sepsis. That is a sick tune.
I can't
deny that.
That came out like ages ago now. I think that was like October, right? It was properly ages ago now. And I really liked the stylistic change there. There was like this really interesting, almost like Nick Cave goes noise rock kind of like this sort of like darkness that they unlocked. If he can get into that sort of darker spoken avenue, like for all its riffery and all its brilliance, and Ashes in the Wake, As the Palaces Burn, The Sacrament, and Wrath, they're my albums.
Yeah,
As the Palaces Burns the DVD, isn't it? I've just said that, but it is out.
Yes.
It's an
American
album. I'm being
Gospel
an
is the
idiot.
album.
Anyway, I really, really love this band, but I haven't really cared about an album since like Resolution. Resolution was the last one that I was like, okay, this is going to be great, and then the ones after were I thought Diminishing Returns. So I really like that Sepsis single because it was like, oh shit, like, this is people, they're a bit long in the tooth. Like, They don't really need to like challenge themselves stylistically.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
No, do they at all? They've got a well trodden sound, but that single was brilliant. It was really, really cool. Visually, it was very, very different as well. Like, it looked like the Vane cover, didn't it, of the second album? Like it looked like they literally, like, it was like could be a Silent Hill or a Resident Evil cover or something like that. Which completely fine by me. Then, right, the two singles since then, Parasocial Christ and then Into Oblivion, are kind of like just okay standard Lamb of God fare. Not amazing, not terrible, not with any like major like standout moments or things to speak of, or like ways that you can describe it outside of just saying they were quite good Lamb of God songs. But what is good is I really like the fucking artwork. I love the artwork for this album, right? And I really like that they've got a new logo. Like, and I think if they'd have not done these other two singles, right? I reckon if they'd have not done Sepsis and Parasocial Christ so long ago, and if because they've obviously like had a bit of like a new cohesion or like, artistically with the album where they want it to look and thing, because you don't just on the third single you're gonna unveil the album artwork and the new logo. Like, that's a wild like way to do it, isn't it? Like, if you're doing that, you've probably announced that visual like early, right? Anyway, I love the freshness of this new, like just the way that looks. We've been like downtreaded. They've just like a skeleton bird. They've added that for so fucking long. It's boring, right? The artwork, this is like really fresh and cool, and like it looks like it's probably going to be all songs about AI though, like realistically. But don't matter. But the logo's wicked. It's a cool logo. It reminds me of like the text on it is kind of like, reminds me of like, there's like a Shadow of the Bat, like late 90s, like early 2000s Batman comic book series called Shadow of the Bat, and for some reason it just really reminds me of that. So I think they shouldn't have done them two singles. I think they should have just announced this album cover with the Sepsis single, and I think people's perception would be so much in a different direction.
I'm struggling to get excited about a new Lamb of God record based on their logo changing. I guess just not doing it for me.
I mean, it says it should. Hopefully, it says things.
Really cool tune.
Sepsis is so cool.
It's a really, really cool tune. But the other two, You know, I just listen to him and I think I just miss Chris Adler playing drums in this band. Like the geezer, what's his name, Art Cruz, who replaced him, just doesn't do anything. He's a really, really solid drummer, but he doesn't do anything interesting. He just doesn't do anything that excites me. And that was the thing about Lamb of God, was you never know what the fuck Chris Adler is going to play, and that's what made their music exciting, because their music is quite predictable, and just having that element of like, what the hell's about to happen with these drums it made me engaged with what was happening, and that's just been missing since he left the band. And I do respect that this new tunes have got like a production choice has been made. Like they sound a bit different. They don't just sound like offcuts of a previous record. They've got a slightly different vibe to the soundscape of it, but they are relatively standard Lamb of God tunes. But I will reserve judgment until I will hear this. I didn't listen to the last album because I was just like, why? I don't really need to. But I will listen to this album. I am just to see if there's any more songs kind of like Sepsis, or just trying something like they did with that song.
Yeah. I want to know, is there more of that sound? Is there these sort of like darker moments? Like, is there something that just makes the album stand out outside of it being like a 6 out of 10 Lamb of God album?
Yeah. That's it. I want to believe. I need to try and stay. Need to be a bit more positive about Into Oblivion.
You should, yes. And it's a very nice cover, Gary. Very nice logo. Which we all know is the most important point of the whole album.
The podcast is now reviewing band logos rather than their music. Speaking of cool logos, the last thing on the old agenda is something you're very excited about, which is new Immolation.
Yeah, dude. This is great. This is absolutely sick. This couldn't come at a better time in my Immolation adoration. Like, they're a band that I've always been aware of, but like really, like last year, I really like dug in and like listened to like Close to a World Below a bunch, Kingdom of Conspiracy, Majesty and Decay. Like, I remember like when I was really getting into that Majesty and Decay album, and like, just like I remember messaging you. I don't know if you remember it, but like basically, there's a couple of riffs in there, and I'm just like, dude, this is I think like Ulcerate being born, you know, like, it was. Anyway, they're absolute legends. They've been around for so goddamn long. They've been trucking for like since like the 90s, dude. Like 1991, Dawn of Possession came out. And very much sort of innovators in death metal. Their core identity's not really shifted too much. Like they're still sort of this dark, brilliant, atmospheric death metal band. Like, this album coming out is going to be called Descent, and it's released on the 10th of April on Nuclear Blast. The single's called Adversary. And it's sick, dude. Like dissonant, cavernous blast beats, vocals sound strong. Like there's always like I tell you what, death metal gets really lucky with like a lot of these like legacy bands still maintaining their throat. And I think it's like, you know, you listen to like hardcore bands that are past it and stuff, and like most of them just can't do it. There's nothing left in the tank, right? But these guys sound great, man. They sound absolutely sick. Like this, the whole thing I'm absolutely down for. Another fantastic cover, like you said, Gary. Beautiful Eleran Cantor design.
Absolutely.
Like,
lovely
this
logo.
is just, it's looking great, dude. It's looking great. Like,
they're not a band I've ever really delved into, but I thought the single was really fun, really, really hard, really fast. I could see this being a band that might grace the stages of Damnation. Not to go back to just guessing bands that might play Damnation this year, but I could see on an album cycle, an Immolation on cycle could definitely be a shout. And yeah. And like you're absolutely right. You listen to it and you're like, these are probably geezers in their 50s, maybe even potentially pushing 60, and they sound incredible still. Like this,
Yeah.
it's very impressive.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I think it feels like brilliantly on brand and very sinister, keeping with their best sort of tonal angles. Like, hopefully there'll be a big dollop of dissonance dripping through the record. That cool ass pinchy riff in this track was so sick. Yeah, just made me smile, bro. I didn't know it was coming, and it's just a nice little. What a great little Friday we had, didn't we? With some singles dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Immolation isn't something that you're like super into or familiar with, they've got so many great albums. But like, I really, really recommend Majesty and Decay from 2010. That is an absolute banger. Honestly, like, the cool thing to say is like go back and listen to the early stuff and listen to like the album from like 1991. Like that's the cool thing to say. But I think Majesty and Decay is the bollocks.
Noted.
Well, Gary, 2026 is going to be bloody great. It's already coming out quite strong. Some nice little nuggets out there for you, mate.
Yeah, man. The old schedule is filling up fast with badass records that we're going to be talking about this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Right, I've got to go, Gary, because I've got to go listen to the Stabbing record. See you next week. Bye.
Peace.